What is up, guys? Articulation here, and today I'm here with another SH Figuarts unboxing. Today we'll be unboxing the Super Saiyan Trunks, the boy from the future. So I haven't picked up any of the other Cell Saga Trunks before, so this is my first one. I do have the Goku Black Arc Trunks, but that one is kind of different. So we'll have a look at that later. Alright, so let's open up and see what he comes with, and to see if this is a good SH Figuarts. I have heard good and bad things about this one, mainly being some loosey-woosey bits he comes with, and I think his scaling is a little bit off. But I think overall, people are very happy about his release, just because I think the articulation and the posing that you can do with this one is very, very good. So let's have a look at the main figure, and then we'll have a look at its accessories and faceplates and whatnot afterwards. So here he is. For Trunks, I can overall, right off the top of my back, and he does feel a little bit loose, but not his arms. His arms feel fine for me right now. I think a lot of people had problems with his left arm, especially this part that comes off really easy. Not for me. For me, I think it's mainly his, oh, he's balding. Mainly his torso that feels a little bit loose, just there, and I think you can tighten that up a bit. And I think, oh, those are really good splits. Dang, okay, that's impressive. All right, so this is the main figure, and a little bit of a problem I have with this one is the jacket here. So looks a little bit weird. I know why they did it. It's for the articulation, and you can do a lot with this. But you know, look-wise, it doesn't look that great. But I know why they had to do it. It's a sacrifice that they had to make. And it's fine. Most of the time you're not going to look at them from behind anyway, so that is fine. Let's have a look at his articulation for the arm. So we have a double jointed arm there, which can go up above there. Elbow joint is there, can go up to there. So pretty wide range of motion. And I think, yeah, you can pop it out like that, and his arms can go there. And I think you can pop the jacket off, but that would look weird. So you can kind of, why is the hair so loose? Okay, so you can kind of stretch it back a bit as well, and you can kind of cover up the joints like so. But if you stretch it too far, it'll kind of pull apart the jacket, and it'll make it look a little bit, it'll show the joints, which might not be good. So crunch wise, you can crunch till about there, and you can rotate his body 360 degrees, but make sure your belt is in the right orientation once you do that. Head, look back about there, and back about there, and look forward to about there. Legs, we did the splits already. This is a really good split. This is probably one of the best splits I've seen in a Dragon Ball figure since I don't know when. I think this is the best split, like hands down. Can Gohan do that? Gohan cannot do that. Yeah. Good job, Trunks. You can do splits. That is actually really impressive. Really impressive. Okay, next you can kick up to about there, which is actually pretty high. Back, you can do that, which is pretty good as well. His butt will block it, so he will kick up backwards at a slanted angle. Legs are jointed, double jointed like that, so you can get a pretty good pose with those. Getting your force pose. And the joints, there are toe joints, can go about there, and then his ankle can just go 360, and can you move it to up there? There's no side, a little bit to the side, but it's not like a full side swivel. So overall, he is very, very good. Very, very good articulation, and you can do very, very crazy poses with him. So good job. All right, so next let's look at his accessories. So let's have a look at his extra head and faceplates. So we have the purple Trunks head. This will just be his powered down form. There's no other faceplates with this, so if you're swapping the head, you just swap like that. So let's pop this out. So here we go. I'll probably display him as Super Saiyan anyway, but here he is. He looks pretty good. Very handsome. All right, pop this back on. Okay. Next, let's have a look at the faceplates for his Super Saiyan form. So we have, we have Angry Face, Gritting Teeth Angry Face, and we have the Stoic Side Glance Face. So this guy, he's a pretty edgy teenager. So, you know, no happy faces. He's a battle-hardened time traveler. We also have a piece of hair here, which is for you to pose when he is doing the jumping, leaping pose, when he kills Metal Frieza. So you can kind of like, oh, okay, there is the joint, but that's okay. That was my fault. I think, well, I forgot how exactly the pose is, but what is it? Oh. Yeah, this is also another problem that I heard some people had. The cap here comes off kind of easily, but it's okay. So, kind of like a jumping pose you can do with that. But we'll do it. We'll save it for the B-roll. I think he looks very good. Alright, so next let's have a look at the other accessories. Actually, let's swap the faceplates first. Let's see how he looks like with these faceplates. So we have this one. Looks okay. I think I like him more with the open mouth. This is probably the face he'll be using when he is doing the leaping slice. Pretty good. Let's also have him with a Stoic Side Glance. Have to stand up for that. Very nice. Alright, next for the hands, we have a lot of hands. We have these Ki blasting hands. There we go. We have these open palm hands. Do the blast. Open palm hand blast. These ones, you can kind of use these as his hand that he uses to reach for his sword. These are all very standard Dragon Ball hands. I think most characters have the same ones. Next we have the sword grabbing hand. These are the hands that not every Dragon Ball character have, because not all the Dragon Ball character has a weapon. And we also have another grabbing hand. I think the angle is different. This one is like a straight fist, and the other one, let's compare it. This one is at an angle, so you can kind of angle how he wants to hold the sword. You can use this to grab onto the sword like so. And the other one you can have it when he's just holding it. But it's nice that they gave us the option, because the angle will change how the pose is done a lot, so that is good. Next we have the sheath. So this is one of the problems I've had with the old Trunks. The peg was inside the body, so over time this plastic deteriorated and it just snapped. Actually, it just snapped when I was recording this video. I was kind of surprised, but the way they did this time is they put it onto the sheath so that there's no plastic going inside the body, which might help, but I've heard some bad things about it as well. Mainly the problem of it being very loose, but I think it's a sacrifice they kind of had to make if they wanted to. Ooh, okay, I see. All right, I got it on. Mainly the problem was the plastic on the strap is kind of soft, so you kind of have to angle it in. Once it pops in, it'll be fine. I think they're using for softer plastic, so the chances of it breaking inside the sheath is harder. But he looks pretty good after that, and to put it on, just pre-install the strap into the sheath, and then when you want to put it on, just pop the head off and just loop it on, and it'll be pretty easy. You don't have to strap it on while, you know, you just don't strap it on while you're trying to do it on the body. It'll be a lot harder. So here he is. He looks pretty epic with the sword, and the sword is, you can unsheath the sword, but it is a little bit tight. All right, there you go. Here is the sword. Let's have him grab onto the sword. All right, so I put it back in the right hand and I kind of make him do a cooler pose. This looks really good. Like, looking at this figure, I think he is definitely one of the best Trunks we have. And I think the proportions don't really bother me that much. Let's do actually a quick comparison with him and some other figures that we have. Here is the Dragon Ball superhero Trunks, or not Trunks, Gohan. He is taller. I think the Trunks is supposed to be a lot smaller, but it's fine. It's not that big of a difference that it makes me not want to buy this figure. It's probably still going to be a great figure. Here he is next to Vegeta, and Trunks is, I think, supposed to be around the same height as Vegeta, a little bit taller. But I think his frame is supposed to be smaller. So there is that. Let's compare him next to another Trunks figure that we have. And here is the problem. You can see that this new Trunks is definitely a lot bigger than the old Trunks, even though this one is a younger Trunks than this one. People are joking, oh, you know, in the future they don't have food, so he's malnourished. But there should be, you know, pretty much under the same circumstances, and just the feet and all the whole figure itself is just bigger, especially the arms. But I think for the articulation, it's worth it, because this is, if they do a re-release or a new updated version of this Trunks, then they should definitely use this as the base. I'll definitely buy it. Maybe as a P-Banner or something, that's fine. But yeah, I think the update from the change from this kind of sheath to this kind of sheath is definitely worth it. This is the old one that they have, and looking at it, the design is actually pretty asinine. So what they had to do before was, this part is relatively the same, but this one, you have to loop it through this and then insert it into his back, which is kind of, So not great, but the design is not perfect as well, obviously, but it's fine. Yeah. So final thoughts on this figure. It's definitely a Trunks that you want to pick up if you haven't picked the first release. If you have the first release, you can pick this one up as well, just because it is an entirely different figure. And there are definitely a lot of upgrades to this Trunks compared to the previous one. I don't have exactly, but I've read a lot of reviews. And people do comparisons, just praising this figure. Obviously, there are some gripes. This is not a perfect figure. There are some little issues with it, but I don't think it's enough to deter you from buying this figure. So overall, this Trunks is definitely the new Trunks that all Trunks should be based off of in the future. I think we're getting a Saiyan suit Trunks soon as well. So that one is pretty standard. It's just probably going to use the Vegeta one as a base and scale it up a bit or something. But yeah, very, very excited for a new line of the fighters. If they base it off this Trunks, maybe they're gonna upscale the other fighters as well, just to make it more in proportion. But that would mean a lot of my SH Figuarts are gonna need to get replaced. So that might not be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the B-roll. This is a great Trunks, and I'm probably gonna have a lot of fun posing him. All right, see you guys in a bit. Bye.